oregano. You can see where this is going. Hippocrates, applying the slight branches to a leg wound, the youth prone on a bench, stops his arrangements to wonder at the leaves ascending the pliant green stem. The fancies of gods are unpredictable, but the devout red mouth on the boy's thigh, the beetroot O of the knife work, the green trace donned like strands of seaweed around a beached torso, these have a certain origin and outcome. The Hippocratic face sets in shadowy stone. The crisis comes on, sieved from the chaff of the body's experience. I've been really fascinated by the history around herbs in my garden. I'd never really thought of herbs having history before. But the next one, basil, apparently is associated traditionally with love. Still not sure why. But I love the smell. The musk of basil. The musk of basil on her summer fingers as they brush my cheek. Such are the wages of love. The plant sits potted in the window, and all of town knows her love for me has changed. That she's gone to the kitchen of her heart, oven blazing to feed me affection's bread. In my lapel, a double-leafed sprig fades. Last plant poem, I swear. It's called Sweet. 1. The grapevine gnarled in the push from earth, the sweet globes coming in like fresh ideas, like lines do in poems. 2. And the scent of the cedar branch, the shadow of its arms as they harvest the seed of the sun and the bud, gift to a distracted audience, which is itself in flagrant pride. 3. Mine, a pomegranate, split with thumb to pry loose the burst of juice and comprehension, a miniature rendition of sin. 4. Coconut, yours, a long conception and the hammering that breaks you, spilling across my form, my pale living. 5. Not together as cherries are, in rhyming couplets, but coastal strawberries, with limbs nestling in secret patches of love's wild verse. 6. The banana leaf to rest this mess upon, to hold the savory and the neutral starch, not to be eaten, but to lend magic to the rest, to declare a harmony and adherence to a particular tradition of transformation. 7. And to end on a stem in the manner of blueberries, blatant and public, the swelling of the season a sign of inner accomplishment, like my cousins back there, kind of actually. Clustered in companionship, faced with the death scene, the plucking or withering, our shapes can shrivel and drop from palm, the fall of cadence reaching the final line. The kiln. To fire a word in the kiln, its place permanent in the poem. The memory shouts across the gravel lot to the jutting blackberries, each a burst of flavor, of idea, a tiny thirst, sated and carried full back to the wheel for turning. That's the advantage of having a clack. They clap whenever they're not sure to. Thank you. It's perfect timing. I have 2 more poems for you guys tonight. This first one is called The Wasp. The wasp comes like a burglar to snoop in our goods. A professional, he ignores the piles of books and the bloomless pineapple plant. These are only investments of time. He checks drawers and finds dull miscellanea, new batteries, old pens, a sheaf of hidden wedding cards, he checks the couch and chairs to find that they too lack the scent of money. Even the TV is beneath him. Nothing in here sparkles. Sighing, still sneaking, he settles into the kitchen nook. Picking a soft pear, he nibbles and plans an entry elsewhere. He slips out past our framed, sightless faces, seeking the sweetness of an explorer's discoveries and leaving undisturbed our love. And my last one for you tonight is called After the Dawn. It's a post-concussion poem. I am taken to the mancha. I am told to rest. In my bed are elusive plains, a literary affectation to tour the broken way. A literal one does not see the giants that cross my landscape. Sometimes we're firing, lost my place, but more often Ephialtes in darkness, and Otis, his brother, compounding ranges and troubles. One recommends a retreat, a relaxation of form. But what's important is the company. One follows, listens to the shadow on the conversation before I am asleep on the couch, the bed, and once the floor. Those are not giants, one realizes after a period of uncertainty. They might be symptoms. A nagging gallops in my mind too. Thrashing, askew, unable to tilt without stumbling, I am day's entertainment and the night's sore patient, vanquished by a master of imagination. One waits, half watching. In largesse, he suggests external concerns, hunger in a compatriot, cold nights, the necessity of letting the unapproachable remain aloof. These words are ignored. I pace in circles, and one would have me back in bed, and the story completed. I am empty of energy and emotion. Even if I'm wielding the metaphorical sword, one knows when to make a point and takes the book from my restless hands. Adventuring in a desert of relation, I scrabble at each weed of thought as one stands by, a wish arising that I had wounds of poppy or even saffron instead of fallow nothing. Demented in this spot in search of I forget what, I wander from camp to camp with my weight borne. I am woken often from casual nightmares to be reassured, but La Mancha stays with me. One can never quite clear the huskiness of this movement. Thank you very much, everyone.